Did you know that once you reach 80, some changes will unfold, whether you're ready for them or not? This age marks a turning point where your body, mind, and daily experiences begin to shift in ways you may not have fully anticipated. Today, we'll explore 5 key transformations that tend to occur once you've crossed into your 80-second changes that are not only common, but also deeply meaningful. These are not signs of decline to fear, but rather natural adaptations that many seniors go through. By understanding them, you'll be better equipped to navigate this stage of life with grace, awareness, and resilience. Make sure to stay with us until the end, because these insights might shift how you think about aging and how you live each day after 80. 1. A decline in physical strength and energy. By the time we're in our 82nd, it's natural to notice a decline in physical capabilities. Strength decreases, energy fades faster, and simple activities may require more recovery time than before. It's not merely about feeling more tired, it reflects deeper physiological changes such as reduced muscle mass, lower bone density, and shifts in cardiovascular function. Take Edward, an 82-year-old former teacher from Pennsylvania. He used to enjoy working in the garden and taking long strolls, but lately, he's found himself needing longer breaks and more rest throughout the day. While his enthusiasm for staying active hasn't changed, his body no longer bounces back like it once did. This isn't just Edward's story, it's a reality shared by many. Muscle atrophy, or the gradual shrinking of muscle tissue, becomes more apparent in our 82nd. Bone density also diminishes, making fractures more likely. At the same time, our hearts don't pump as efficiently and circulation slows, leaving us more fatigued after exertion. But here's the encouraging part. While these changes are expected, they're not irreversible. Gentle. Regular movement like daily walks, stretching routines, and light resistance exercises can help maintain muscle tone, improve balance, and enhance energy levels. Edward began following a set of exercises recommended by his physical therapist, and over time, he's felt more stable and confident in his movements. Listening to your body is key. Rest becomes just as essential as activity. Overexertion can result in injuries that are harder to recover from with age, so pacing yourself matters. Nutrition also plays a significant role in maintaining energy and strength. Staying hydrated and consuming enough protein, as well as vitamins like D and B12, can support both muscle and bone health. Edward made some small adjustments to his meals based on his doctor's advice, and he's noticed a real improvement in how he feels day to day. Many older adults find that adjusting their daily routines to honor their body's new rhythms allows them to remain independent and enjoy life more fully. Accepting that strength and energy may fluctuate in your 82nd isn't about giving up. It's about discovering new ways to live fully within the rhythm of your body today. These physical changes are reminders to slow down, listen more closely to your body's needs, and respond with care rather than frustration. It's not about chasing perfection. It's about honoring progress, however small, and embracing self-care as a daily practice. By tuning in to what your body is telling you, you can move through this decade with resilience and purpose. And as we shift from the physical to the mental, let's explore another key change that often emerges with age: a slowing of cognitive processing. Number 2, mental processing slows down. Reaching your 82nd often comes with a gentle slowing of how your mind works. Tasks that used to feel simple, recalling names, processing new information, or keeping up with fast-paced conversations, may now take a bit more time. This isn't necessarily a sign of memory loss or a serious cognitive condition. More often, it's a natural, expected shift in how the brain adapts over time. Consider Dorothy, an 80-year-old painter living in Arizona. Recently, she's noticed it takes her a moment longer to find the right word or follow along in lively discussions. Still, she finds great joy in painting, reading her favorite mystery novels, and spending time with friends. Her experience reminds us that a slower mind doesn't mean a lesser life. It simply means adjusting how we engage with the world around us. Scientific research supports this. As we grow older, some areas of brain function like processing speed and short-term memory tend to decline. Changes in blood flow, brain volume, and the way neurons communicate all play a role. But here's the good news. Vocabulary, emotional intelligence, and the wisdom gained through life experience often remain strong or even improve with age. That said, this change in mental speed can feel frustrating. It's easy to compare ourselves to how sharp or quick we once were. But recognizing this shift as normal can help us replace self-judgment with patience. There are also practical ways to keep the mind engaged. Mental games, puzzles, learning a new hobby, or even just reading regularly can all support brain health. Just as important are social interaction and physical movement. Dorothy recently joined a community art group and a local book club. Not only do these give her something to look forward to, but they also keep her mentally stimulated and emotionally connected. A healthy routine that includes proper nutrition, quality sleep, stress reduction, and avoiding harmful habits like smoking or heavy drinking also supports long-term cognitive function. By understanding and accepting these shifts, we open the door to living more peacefully and intentionally. Rather than fighting to stay who we once were, we begin to focus on what still brings us joy, purpose, and connection. Aging doesn't mean stepping back, it means stepping forward into a different, often more meaningful rhythm. If you found this part helpful, feel free to drop a number 2 in the comments so we know you're still with us. And if you haven't yet subscribed, now's a great time to do so, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. Now, let's keep going. Number 3. Social circles often become smaller. As we move through our 82nd, it's natural for our social circles to shrink. Friends relocate, health conditions arise, and life circumstances shift, all of which make it more difficult to maintain a large network. Instead, many older adults find themselves spending more time with a tight-knit group of close companions. While a shrinking social circle can feel like a loss at first, for many, it marks a shift toward deeper, more meaningful connections. Consider Lorraine, an 84-year-old from Vermont who once regularly attended large weekly gatherings with a wide group of acquaintances. Over time, her social world grew smaller, but the relationships that remained became even more precious. She now spends more time with just a handful of close companions and says she feels more relaxed, more connected, and far less drained. There are many reasons this change happens. Some friends may pass away or move closer to family. Others may face health issues that make regular socializing harder. And then, of course, there's the simple truth that keeping up with too many relationships can feel exhausting in later life. For many seniors, it's not about being antisocial, it's about honoring the energy they do have and choosing to spend it with people who truly matter. It's important to note that having fewer friends doesn't automatically lead to loneliness. When the bonds that remain are honest and supportive, they often bring more joy than a room full of surface-level connections. In fact, research suggests that older adults with a few strong relationships often experience less stress, better mental health, and a stronger sense of purpose. That said, it's natural to feel grief or sadness when longtime friends drift away or pass on. Those losses are real, and honoring them is part of moving forward. But connection doesn't have to end with proximity. Today's technology, from phone calls and video chats to social media, makes it easier than ever to stay close across the miles. Many seniors also find comfort in joining local groups centered around shared hobbies or values, where new friendships can grow naturally and without pressure. Family members and caregivers can support this transition by encouraging gentle participation in activities that feel enjoyable rather than demanding. A well-timed invitation to a small gathering or even a walk with a neighbor can do wonders for emotional well-being. Understanding that social life changes with age can bring comfort. It's not a decline, it's a rebalancing. It's about valuing quality over quantity and building a circle of care that feels emotionally safe and sustaining. At this stage of life, joy often comes not from being surrounded by many, but from being deeply known by a few. Now, let's turn to another important area of change, one that touches how we experience the world moment by moment. Number 4, sensory abilities begin to diminish. Once we enter our 82nd, shifts in sensory perception often become more apparent. These include subtle changes in hearing, sight, taste, and even smell, and while they might seem minor at first, they can significantly shape everyday experiences, from how we interact with others to how safe and comfortable we feel in familiar environments. Take Harold, an 83-year-old retired woodworker from Pennsylvania. He's noticed that following conversations, especially in noisy places, takes more effort now. His hearing just isn't what it used to be. He also finds himself squinting to read fine print and says his favorite meals have lost some of their flavor. These may sound like small inconveniences, but over time, they can add up, affecting mood, confidence, and even independence. These changes reflect the typical sensory shifts many older adults encounter. Hearing decline often begins with subtle difficulties, such as trouble catching high-pitched tones or following conversations in noisy environments. This can lead to frustration, misunderstandings, or a tendency to pull back socially. It's common for someone in their 82nd to frequently ask people to repeat themselves or keep the television volume turned up higher than before. Vision changes are also expected. Seniors may struggle more in dim lighting, have difficulty telling certain colors apart, or find it harder to focus on nearby objects, often leading to increased reliance on reading glasses. Age-related eye conditions, like cataracts or macular degeneration, can further limit visual clarity and independence. Taste and smell also tend to fade gradually, often together. This dulling of the senses can affect appetite and dietary habits. Foods may begin to taste bland or uninteresting, prompting some to eat less or to use more salt and sugar to enhance flavor, which can, in turn, impact health. But while these sensory changes are common, they aren't the end of the road. They simply call for thoughtful adaptation. Tools like hearing aids, brighter lighting, magnifying lenses, and regular eye checkups can significantly improve day-to-day life. Dietary adjustments and guidance from a healthcare provider can help address taste and smell concerns as well. Open communication can make a big difference too. When seniors explain these changes to family and friends, it fosters greater empathy and patience, especially during group conversations or social gatherings. It's crucial to view sensory changes not as signs of failure or decline, but as natural shifts that simply require new approaches. Embracing assistive devices or modifying routines allows older adults to continue engaging fully with life. And thanks to technology, there are now more tools than ever, from advanced hearing systems to voice-activated assistants and phones with extra amplification to help seniors stay informed, connected, and involved. Acknowledging and adapting to these changes is a way to protect both independence and joy. When we meet aging with openness and flexibility, we make room for continued presence in the moments that matter most. Now, let's talk about something even more personal. How our focus shifts after 80, away from busyness and toward depth and reflection. Number 5, a deeper focus on meaningful moments and reflection. Entering your 82nd often brings a beautiful and noticeable shift in mindset. Life begins to slow in a way that invites reflection, and with that slowness comes a greater appreciation for simplicity, quiet mornings, gentle routines, and moments of connection that may have once gone unnoticed. Take Richard, an 82-year-old retired school teacher from Ohio. These days, he finds joy in the everyday, watching the sunrise, chatting with his grandchildren, or sitting quietly with a cup of tea. He says he no longer feels pressure to prove himself or chase achievements. Instead, he looks inward, reflecting on the life he's built, and seeks out small but meaningful experiences. Many people in their 82nd report this same shift. Instead of being driven by goals or accomplishments, they are drawn to what truly matters: connection, peace, gratitude, and purpose. Time feels more precious, and rather than rushing through it, they choose to savor it. Self-reflection becomes a kind of daily ritual. It brings clarity, emotional peace, and a greater sense of meaning. It's about taking stock of joys, regrets, lessons learned, and realizing what's still possible. This mindset helps many seniors move through later life with more calm, more presence, and more heart. If this message is resonating with you, feel free to leave a number 4 in the comments so we know you're here. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on our upcoming videos. Your support makes this community possible. His story is a powerful reminder that self-reflection in later life can be a source of peace, clarity, and deep fulfillment. As we grow older, it's natural to turn inward to consider the legacy we want to leave, revisit old passions, or make peace with moments that once felt unresolved. Many seniors use this chapter of life to lean into gratitude, extend forgiveness, and experience emotional healing that brings balance to their days. Studies have shown that reflective habits like journaling, meditating, or engaging in heartfelt conversations can reduce stress and promote emotional well-being. These practices help older adults stay mentally sharp, while also providing a healthy outlet for processing feelings, memories, and shifting perspectives. This kind of self-awareness often brings a fresh lens to relationships. Seniors may begin to value depth over breadth, choosing to invest time and energy into a few meaningful connections rather than maintaining a large social network. The result is stronger bonds, deeper trust, and a support system rooted in authenticity. Those who embrace this outlook often report feeling more resilient, more content, and more grounded even in the face of life's changes. They adapt with grace, guided by a clear sense of what truly matters. Family members and caregivers can encourage this process by fostering open conversations, sharing stories from the past, and creating space for reflection. It's important to listen with empathy, without trying to fix or steer the dialogue, just honoring the insight and wisdom that naturally come with age. Although aging brings inevitable changes to the body and mind, it also opens the door to a kind of growth that's more inward and in many ways more profound. In this season of life, wisdom blossoms, purpose deepens, and for many, a quiet but powerful legacy begins to take shape. Final thoughts. As we close today's video, take a quiet moment to reflect on the 5 shifts we've explored that tend to unfold once we reach 80. From changes in strength and memory to smaller social circles and the deepening of self-reflection, each transformation paints a fuller, more honest picture of what it truly means to grow older. Which of these stood out to you? Which changes have you seen in your own life or in the life of someone you love? Understanding these experiences isn't about giving up, it's about embracing the season we're in with compassion and clarity. We'd love to hear from you. Please share one takeaway or personal reflection in the comments below. Your voice, your story, may be exactly what someone else in this community needs to hear. And if this video brought you comfort or insight, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with others. Your support helps us continue creating thoughtful, helpful content that honors and uplifts older adults one meaningful conversation at a time. Thank you for spending time with us today. We look forward to seeing you in the next video as we continue this journey of aging with wisdom, connection, and purpose.